Hello and welcome to the Colt Corral, where we've got the home field clear for Colts, trying to defend their home turf from the invading Highland Fighting Scots. It's live and free Friday night football, and it's streaming to you on your smartphone, TV, tablet, or computer. And it all comes to you next.
The comeback.
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Hello and welcome back to the Colt Corral. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, we've got some good MOAC action coming your way.
Yeah, it's from a spot here for both teams to get in the win column. Clear Fork just 1-7 on the year. Struggled in the MOAC as well as Highland has. All their losses Storm are in conference. They finished the out-of-conference record 3-0. So we'll see if both teams can get back on track here down in a beautiful night in the Valley.
Here on our services, we're going to take a look at our Clear Fork team spotlight here in our pregame show. 1-5 conference record, a 1-7 overall record. A rough start for them so far. They only scored 21 points twice and scored 21 exactly once. Struggling offense. It's been a tough ask. It's going to be a tough ask, tonight versus one of the best running backs in the area.
Yeah, so I'm talking about a running back coming in and Dan Nauman that's leading the MOAC in rushing. The dude's an absolute stud. Storm, that's the kind of guy that you can just hand the ball off to and let him eat up the yards. And Clear Fork's got to have an answer for that tonight. I know they struggled offensively so far this season. They've only scored over 21 twice. They had 21 once. So the offensive struggles for Clear Fork. We'll see if they can get it done here tonight. But they got a tough task against a very solid Highland team, and especially the running back, Dan Nauman.
Let's keep talking about the Clear Fork Colts, talking about a quarterback, Mason Sansom, who's got 84 carries for 241 yards and 2 touchdowns. He leads the team in rushing, the sophomore.
Yeah, Storm. Mason, he's going to be kind of that dual threat guy. They like to run the football with the QB, and Mason Sansom is going to have to be the guy tonight that's going to have to get it done, Storm. You know, I believe he is a junior. I think it might be listed as a freshman, but I believe he's a junior. Sansom coming in tonight. They got the new head coach and Aaron Brokaw in here now, and Dave Carroll exited last season. So we'll see if the Colts can come in here and get a win. It's a big-time atmosphere here tonight. Season's coming to an end. At this point, you're probably out of playoff contention. You just want to play for pride, and you got a big, tough task against Dan Nauman.
We'll take a look at our keys to victory for the Clear Fork Colts on our Jackson Wells Services pregame show. Stifle the run game of Highland and get the Clear Fork fans involved.
Storm, I know we've reiterated it time and time again, but this Highland, Fighting Scots team, they run off Dan Nauman. He's leading the MOAC in rushing. Obviously, he gets the most carries a game by far than anybody in this conference. If Clear Fork wants any chance, they've got to win the line of scrimmage, and they have to shut down Dan Nauman. If they can't do that, they will not be able to get a win here at home.
We take a look at our Highland Fighting Scots team spotlight. It's been a bumpy ride through the MOAC conference for them as they are 1-4, but they do have a better overall record at 4-4. Ty Stover, and his boys. As I mentioned, they had a rough conference record. They're coming off a close loss to River Valley, 37-38.
Yeah, it's from Highland. They started off, I believe, 3-0, and they won all their out-of-conference games, and they've been struggling in the MOAC. They came in the MOAC, last year, Storm. We covered them a bit against some of these teams up here, but they struggled, and this MOAC team, they're pretty top-heavy with Ontario and Shelby, so they weren't able to take any of those guys down. And now they got a team in Clear Fork that's 1-7 on the year that's been struggling. A great bounce-back spot here for Highland.
And we've talked about him already on the broadcast. The running back, Dan Nauman, 155 carries for over 1,000 yards, 14 touchdowns, and 7.6 yards per rush. Garrett, that's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, Storm. I think if you're churning out almost a first down a carry, I think you're going to continue to tilt the rock. And Dan Nauman, he's averaging almost 8 yards a carry. That's almost a first down every time he touches the football. How could you not love to have a guy back there like him that you can trust and you can hand the ball off to 20, 25 times a game and try to win you a football game?
So like my running back on Retro Bowl on my phone, Garrett, averaging 7 yards a carry, as we take a look at the Fighting Scots keys to victory in our Jackson Wells Services pregame show. Feed the beast, and they have to beat Clear Fork up front. Garrett, I feel like that's one of our keys every week, but it's so important to win that battle in those trenches.
Yeah, Strom, I always put it on there because I really, truly do believe that's what wins the outcome of the game, and especially in an effort where they got a dominating running back in the backfield for Highland. And Clear Fork, they like to run the footballs themselves. With Mason Sansom, they're the quarterback. They like to do those QB powers and those QB options. Whichever team can win up front, can push the line of scrimmage, win the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, get those defensive linemen and pass rushers to get some sacks and get in the backfield for TFLs. I think that team has a good chance to win here tonight, Storm. So we'll see as Clear Fork here will be kicking off the Dan Nauman and that Fighting Scout offense.
As you mentioned, kickoff here underway. A little bit of a squib kick. I'm sure Dan Nauman's back there somewhere. They don't want to give it to him. That'll open up the game with Highland on offense.
Wonder where they're going to go, Storm.
You know, I'm not sure. As we take a look here at our... We're actually not going to take a look at our starting lineups. Excuse me.
Jaden Collins, can you please come to the press box on the home side?
So Dan Nauman in the offense take the field. They try to open it up with a pass. Stover looking deep. He has a man downfield. Reichenbach was the intended target, just a little too far over him, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Storm, I like that play call from Highland coming out. You know, everybody's looking for the ball to go straight to Dan Nauman. They like the drop back with Stover right there, and so on the Reichenbach. Incomplete, but I like the shot play to start things out and kind of catch the defense by surprise.
I do too. I really like that play call. Come out here, be aggressive. You know, don't just play kind of into your own hand or whatever. Be aggressive. Stover now with Dan Nauman to his left. He takes the handoff, almost blown up, but a missed tackle in the backfield. Dan Nauman gets to the second level. He's still got space. The 20, the 10. And he will be eventually tripped up, but not before a big gain. And no surprise to see Dan Nauman on the offensive game plan early.
And I bet some of the fans were saying, why don't you just give it to Dan Nauman 45 times a game? Because this dude is, I mean, he's electric, Storm. First carry of the game, goes for about 40 yards, and they're all the way down to the 10-yard line. And we'll see if they can punch it in. And, of course, who's it going to go to? It's going to go to Dane, and he's going to reach out, and that should be 6, Storm. Quick strike here for the Fighting Scots.
So if anybody had Dan Nauman anytime touchdown score, I'm only joking. But Dan Nauman finds the end zone to open up the scoring in just, 28 seconds here for the Fighting Scots.
Now, Storm, he did it all too. Credit the offensive line, though, for carving out some of those souls, and then Dane doing the rest, punching it in for 6, and the Fighting Scots here strike first on the road.
So what was that like as the PAT is up and it is good? So probably 60 yards all by himself there for Dan Nauman.
Easy task there for Dan Nauman and the Fighting Scots offense as they strike relatively quick here, just 30 seconds into this one. Now let's see if they can get a stop defensively.
So now it's going to be Clear Fork on offense, Garrett, and it's been tough go-around for them this season on offense. They really haven't been able to put it together. They're looking to put it together tonight. And, you know, Garrett, kind of when you're out of playoff contention as they are, these conference battles, they don't really matter, you know. Throw the records out the window. We just want to play football at this point.
That's right. We're back in my playing days. My team, we're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, but a team like, Highland coming in here, they're trying to squeeze in there at their 500 record. You just want to beat every team you can on your schedule, and you just want to, enjoy the time out there playing with your buddies and your friends because, it goes too quick. And to come in here and Highland's coming in on the road, Clear Fork, they have a chance to knock them off, Storm, but you just want to play with your friends out there. You really just throw the record out the window. I know Clear Fork's sitting at 1-7, not the way they wanted this year to go. But, building blocks for the rest of the season, of course, next year, too, is you want to continue to try to put your best foot forward and continue with great effort.
Well, I mean, it's got to be at least a little bit fun to play spoiler. Come out here, upset a team that you're not supposed to beat. Everybody kind of counts you out when your record's not all that pretty. But, it's got to be fun to play spoiler as flag on the field on the kickoff. I think we're going to get offsides on the kickoff.
And we're going to get offsides here on Highland. So it's going to help Clear Fork's field position here to get the football.
It's not something – I don't know if I've seen that at all this season yet. I feel like that's a pretty rare penalty there.
That is a rare penalty. You don't get that very often, but kicking team a little antsy to get down there, Storm, and see if they can tackle that kick returner. Be a 5-yard setback here for Highland, but see if Clear Fork can get some good field positioning out of this.
So Highland lines it up once again. That's Fickner on the kickoff, a short kick. Takes an awkward bounce, but received by Clear Fork. Had a little bit of room, but will be stopped at about the 40-yard line. Let's take a look one more time. That touchdown. And honestly, no shot gets Stover. Hands it off, draw play to Nauman, and he just rumbles in and reaches out for 6.
I think some of this offensive scheme too, Storm, when you're sitting at a below 500 record and playoffs really aren't on the horizon. You really got a lot of tricks up your sleeve and a lot in the bag. You don't really have to stay stylistic to what you're used to. Is there going to be a keep here? I believe that's Sansom, the QB, on the keep, and it'll pick up a couple. So he likes to run the football, Storm. He's going to get a lot of touches tonight as the QB number 6.
So on that short gain and the great field position set up by that penalty by the Fighting Scots, will be second down and about 5 or 6. Sampson hands this one off to Jackson. He gets to the second level. Will be brought down, but not before picking up a first down.
I see Sampson strong over here on the sidelines. Getting a drink of water. I'm not sure if
2-quarterback offense?
Could possibly be. Haven't seen Clear Fork this season, so I do not know.
But I know they used to run that, right?
Yeah.
They used to run that when we were like in college.
I believe they got number 31 slotted back there. Yeah, he's on the keep right there for a couple.
That is Casey Swank. Maneuvers his way through the pile for about a 1-yard pickup. And we'll give him 2 yards, so it'll be second and about 8.
Really talk about kind of the best facilities in the area. Storm a lot. Hillsdale up there. We've seen them a couple times this season. Crestview, of course, with a nice field and new facilities around there. But I think Clear Fork still got its hat in the ring, Storm. What a beautiful atmosphere and great environment here.
Yeah, there's definitely a powerhouse 3 between I feel like Clear Fork, Crestview, and Hillsdale. I do give the edge as Nick Appleman will rush for around 3 to bring up 3rd and 5. I would give the slight edge to Clear Fork just because those early summer games, or those, late summer games, when you just got the sun setting behind the trees on the tree line, it's just such a picturesque view. It's like a dream out here.
There's a beautiful skyline. See if we can probably get some of our photogs on that. Storm get a shot here maybe after the break, as we're going to see Clear Fork back to pass, and that's Swank again, finding his receiver. I thought he might have missed his target, Storm, but wide receiver there to clear it up, and that should be a first down.
They did call it no catch on the field. We're going to take a look with our OH.REPORT super slow-mo here.
Must have been a couple butterfingers. Storm's kind of hard for my angle up here. I thought he reeled that puppy in, but maybe the popcorn jitters, Storm, before the game. I mean, I couldn't keep my hands off the popcorn, of course.
I mean, who knows? It could be the Five Guys like we had for lunch. I mean, after those Five Guys fries, man, hands get all greasy. From up here, it looked like a catch, but I digress. And Clear Fork electing to go for it here. Swank goes to the left. Will be right at the line to gain. Think they're going to call him out of bounds short, so it'll be first down for the Fighting Scots.
What a turn of events, Storm, too, because I thought Swank reached that ball out. I think it just depends on if he was out of bounds or not. If he wasn't, I thought he had it, but obviously kind of from our vantage point, you can't really tell if the foot or toe stepped out of bounds. So now opens up Highland, and really the same position they're in on their first drive. Let's see where this offense heads.
So I think he slid forward past the first down, but they're gonna give Highland the ball back. Garrett, I thought I just got back from Vegas, but talk about a gamble right there. They had the momentum going. They got good field position. I can't really blame them for going forward on 4th down.
I think in that kind of situation, kind of in no man's land, is here Stover here on the keep, Storm, almost able to shake off the defender, but a solid run here from Stover for a first down.
Let's take a look at our Spherion staffing replay. Stover, excuse me, will pick up about 7. He rolls out to his right, another pass. I believe that was Dan Nauman out there. So, Garrett, I'm a little shocked. I mean, I know they've given it to him 33% of the time technically, but I thought they'd give to Dan Nauman a little bit more here.
I think they got a lot of talent on this offense where they can spread the football around, but also, you know, kind of when they need it yards, maybe they can just give it to Dane, kind of let him churn out that first down. I'm interested to see where they go here. I wouldn't be surprised if they do hand it off to Nauman or maybe get a play for him out in space.
Maybe a little screen on a wheel route here to the left. I would not be surprised if it ends up in his hands. They are deciding to pass it, and a great play call there. The comeback route from Zach Church will be enough for the first down.
So Highland Storm showing that they're not just a run-dominant offense, and on this second drive, it's really the passing and the aerial attack here, moving the sticks here for the Fighting Scots on the road.
I feel like I am like such a bad commentator because whatever I say, it always just seems that teams do the opposite. Like I think I got this whole job figured out, and then a team just does the complete opposite. You ever feel that way?
Could be the commentator's jinx too, Storm.
That is true, as we're going to see a neutral zone infraction on Clear Fork, and they're going to get 5 free yards here.
Not what you want to do when you're going up against a talented offense like the Highland Fighting Scots, and now they're in plus territory. Trying to go down and get some more points, Storm, as they're up 7-0 here already.
So Stover with Nauman to his left, 2 receivers to his right. He's looking that way, fires it over the middle. Caught once again for another first down.
So Stover here, Storm, moving the football here with these little curl routes in the seams. Clear Fork not able to really stop it so far, and Dan Nauman hasn't even touched the football this drive.
And Garrett, you know when Clear Fork sells out to stop the pass, that is when they are going to give the ball to Dan Nauman, and he is going to go for a chunk play. We'll see if it's actually not right here as Stover holds on to the football. Healthy chunk gain. Bring up second down.
Stover showing off his ability to run too, Storm, this drive. Not only doing it through the air, but also with his legs. Got 2 7-yard gains here on this drive alone. So Stover doing it all this drive.
And this Highland offense is so talented. It's nice to have Dan Nauman, but you could tell that they really don't need him to produce as much as he does there. You know, they have a great aerial attack game. Dan Nauman's just that cherry on top. As Stover keeps it again, has a ton of room, jukes a man still on his feet, and he'll be down at about the 10-yard line.
It's an excellent game plan here so far. Storm from head coach Ty Stover in this offense. Clear Fork is selling to stop Dan Nauman, and Ty Stover there, Stover on the read option. Not the head coach on the read option, but
little player coach.
Stover on the read option right there, Storm, and able to find open space. And
now it's Dan Nauman territory.
Now they're going to give it to Nauman, and he cannot be tackled, Storm.
Oh, man, I would not want to be lined up on the other side of the ball as that kid.
No, Storm. I mean, he's over 1,000 yards rushing. I wouldn't. This kid's a special talent.
So we've seen this a little bit before on the first drive. Highland, when they got into the red zone, they want to pick up the tempo a little bit. Maybe not let Clear Fork kind of get set. As Stover's relaying the message to the troops. I formation here. Stover sends a man in motion, pitches it out to Nauman. He's trying to find the edge. Nothing there, but still falls forward for a couple, and that's going to bring up third down.
Thinking if you're the OC here, Storm, I think you want to give it possibly to another read option situation where you really let your quarterback read the defense and elect where he wants to go with the football. You either give it off to Dan Nauman up the middle or keep it and try to get to the outside and get to that pylon for a touchdown. And so far it's been working so far this drive. See if they can capitalize here within the 5.
So Stover in shotgun, Nauman to his left, fakes the handoff, fakes the pass, Gets inside, reaches, waiting for a call from the official. I think they're going to call that a Highland touchdown.
That's from, I don't know if I ever saw a signal on the field, but I think Stover was like, you know what, it's a touchdown.
They just willed it into existence.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I saw one from the official either. Interesting. So 5 minutes and 17 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. The Highland Fighting Scots take a 14-0 lead over the Clear Fork Colts. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Hello and welcome back to the Colt Corral as we take a look at the beautiful skyline and this beautiful touchdown here from the Highland Fighting Scots. Stover fakes the pass, gets inside. Never saw an official ruling, but I think Stover was just like, hey guys, I was in, and they just gave it to him.
I think he did reach across that white line, Storm, so I think it was a Stover touchdown, but I didn't get to see the far official here on my left. I'm sure he's the one who signaled touchdown, but was a little confusion there on that far side.
So the kick is away, a high bounce there. Clear Fork elects just to fall on it. Storm Bluntschly here at the Colt Corral, joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. Garrett, it's a little bit of a chilly one out here tonight in Clear Fork.
Yeah, it's from starting to get into those October months, and not sure what that was, but getting those October months, Storm, starting to get a little cold, and it's also October the 13th, so starting to get a little spooky out here. It's almost Halloween.
I don't know, dude. I'm so superstitious. I don't even like talking about it. I get like that weird, I like like the bad version of butterflies in your stomach. You know what I'm talking about?
Butterfingers, yeah.
Yeah, like butterfingers are floating around in my stomach, and it makes me feel weird. So here we go. Casey Swank trying to find the left edge. He does. Dragged out of bounds, just short of the first down marker, I believe. So it'll be second and short.
Solid run there from Swank, Storm. Getting 9 on the first play of this football drive, and they need some points here, Storm. You don't want to give the football back to Highland, down 14-0 for the chance for them to go up 3 scores. Still in the first quarter here, so plenty of time. See if Swanky and the offense can get something going.
So Swank hands this one on off to Jackson, He'll pick up the first down. And that's going to move the chains for Clear Fork.
So you've seen the offense here, Storm, from Clear Fork at times. They're able to run the football on that drive. They're just about a yard short from converting on that 4th down. So Clear Fork offense, they're moving the ball pretty well so far here tonight.
It was right across midfield when their last drive stalled out. We'll see if they're able to get a few extra yards on this one, maybe put them in field goal range. As Swank keeps it, churns it up the middle. We'll get about 6 still moving. That's going to bring up second down.
He's got great vision, Storm, Swank does. I mean, you've seen the multiple jump cuts right there. I mean, he only got about 6 yards on that, but that run was beautiful. Jumping through the holes and finding a way to really make something out of nothing.
So second and about 4 here for the Colts offense, still searching for their first points in this one. Swank takes the snap, hands it off to Appleman, but there's the Fighting Scots defensive line to meet him right at the door.
Big number 76 Storm right there. Sniffed that one out. Stuffed it for really no gain. It's going to bring up third down again and Clear Fork. They don't convert this, Storm. Highland could begin to try to pull away.
Third down for Clear Fork.
So third and about 4, maybe 5. Swank keeps it himself, gets outside, is not going to get enough for the first down, Garrett. But I think at this point, with looking at the score and what they did on their first drive, I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it again.
Yeah, Storm, I think you're right. Fourth and about 1 or 2 yards. I think if you went for it on the last time, you got to go for it here. And don't need as much yards here. Just about 1 or 2 yards. Might go with a tush push, Storm, possibly. Maybe.
I think it was Al Michaels. It's the brotherly shove now. Tush push is old news, I think.
Yeah, but you can't say that here. We're not in Philadelphia, buddy.
They're kind of the Philadelphia green. Regardless, I don't think it's going to be that play as Swank tries to get upfield.
I think he's going to be short.
And this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not looking good for the Colts. Take a look at the replay here. I think that they're going to be short, and that's going to be the call on the field. So first down here, once again for Highland.
See where this offense goes now, Storm. Really, Dan Nauman, I know he's got the 1 touchdown and really the one long run, but other than that, it's really been Stover and his wideout, Storm. That's been moving the football down the field. So we'll see where this offense goes now. In total control of this football game at the 45-yard line and Stover under center.
I think a lot of people would say the world is their oyster at this point as they go with a jet sweep, but I think this one's going to get called back for a hold. Double pancakes being served up on the offensive line there, too.
Yeah, that one's definitely going to come back, Storm. Flag was thrown immediately. I think one of the Clear Fork defenders got upfield, and offensive lineman, Storm, when you get upfield, you got to do anything you can do to try to get him to not cross your face, and sometimes you got to hold, and they can get away with it that time.
And that's the thing, Garrett. All offensive linemen hold, right? It's just about how good you are getting away with it.
Especially, you know, when somebody gets past you like that, you just got to let them go. I mean, you just got to go to the next play. Because you get your hands out wide and you get beat like that, it's easy for the referees to look and see, you know, the defender kind of flaring his arms. It's over here, almost picked off, Storm. It's going to be incomplete, but I think it is going to be complete.
I was going to say, I think it went right through the Clear Fork. No, incomplete, but it went right through the Clear Fork defender's hands. How great would that have been for them to gather some momentum on defense as Highland's been kind of dicing them up like Swiss cheese.
A little off topic here, Storm, but what is your favorite kind of cheese now that you bring it up?
I don't know. I don't really like eating just cheese. Probably Swiss, to be honest, is my favorite to go on like a cheeseburger.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Or pepper jack.
Yeah,
as this one's handoff to Dan Nauman. Actually, that was Sam Hernandez on that one. I'm sorry. I just see Highland hand it off, and I just assume it's Nauman.
Well, they were a pretty close number. Dane 42. Other running back number 2.
Sam Hernandez.
Sam Hernandez 2. So,
you know, I was watching hockey the other day, like NHL hockey. They need to put the numbers on the sides of their helmets or on the fronts of their jerseys. I can never tell who I'm watching when it's on the back.
Are they not on their front? I thought they were.
Are they? I can't. Maybe I just got bad eyes. I can't tell.
It could have been a possible like throwback jersey too or something.
That is true.
Because it was opening night.
Third and forever here for Highland. They go deep down the sidelines. It's going to be a little too far out of bounds, and a huge stop here for Clear Fork.
Yeah, Storm, that was big. Defense standing tall there. They turned it over on downs and going to give their offense another chance. Try to go get some points in this game. 1:35 remain here in the first quarter, and I think if Highland went down and scored, Storm, I think it would have been a different story here in this game. So that gives themselves the chance to try to get back into this game.
So the punting unit on the field here for Highland, I believe it's Dan Nauman that – no, it's not Dan Nauman that does their punting. It is Zach
I think
Church.
everybody's Dan Nauman out here.
I just see Highland and I think Dan Nauman. I don't know why. It's a healthy punt here for the Highland Fighting Scots, and Clear Fork will set up shop with their worst field position of the night here at about the 20-yard line. Can you blame me, though? I feel like when anybody talks about Highland, it's Dan Nauman.
I mean, he is leading, the conference in rushing, so I think it's a good thing.
Oh, yeah, I mean, definitely, like, well-deserved, and it's a good thing.
He's a heck of a player, but
now, credit to everybody else, too. Football, it's a team game. All 11 guys on either side have to be in unison.
tip the cap to the O-line, of course. I got to.
Of course. As another handoff here for Clear Fork. I believe that was
Dan Nauman on the tackle, Storm.
I missed the one time I actually could have called his name, and I missed it. As Swank gets the handoff. So, Garrett, on the offensive end, it seems like a lot of switching up of positions here for Clear Fork.
That's from, I think we got a new signal caller back there for Clear Fork. And I think Swank is now going to maybe a running back role. See the ball goes here, and a dribbler back there, the quarterback, Storm, and bobbles it around with Swank and the QB, and Clear Fork was fortunately enough to fall on it, but now going to bring up a 3rd and long.
That's Isaac Lee trying to get the style points with the little dribble. Fortunately, did not work out in his favor. As you mentioned, 3rd and long with 25 seconds left to go here in the first. I don't think Clear Fork might have to run another play. What if they're right on the same second, Garrett? Do you have to run a play?
They're on the same exact second?
I think so.
I think I just run the play just to be safe at this point.
So Lee takes the snap, rolls to his right, looking downfield. Healthy gain here and a 1st down will give Clear Fork some momentum going into the 2nd quarter. And that is going to close out the 1st quarter for us here at the Colt Corral, 14-0 in favor of the Fighting Scots. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD.
Yeah, it's the comeback. Are you ready for the comeback?
Hello and welcome back to the Colt Corral. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, 1st quarter dominated by Highland, but Clear Fork with a little bit of momentum heading here into the 2nd.
Yes, from right there, that's not going to help. They got 2 penalties now on this drive. This one is going to be a hold against the offensive front. And not how you want to, start here on a 1st down as the quarter opens up. And now it's going to be 1st and 20. So not the situation this Colts offense wanted to be in here to start this 2nd quarter. I think you got to go down and try to get some points here, Storm. I think it's pretty pivotal because Highland's offense has really been in rhythm.
So you think a must-score possession here for Clear Fork?
I think you're going for it unless you're backed up. But at this rate, 1st and 20, it might be a punting situation depending on how much yards they can get. As Lee is going to get swallowed up here by this Highland defense.
Ball carrier for Clear Fork out to the 25-yard line.
So, Garrett, I have some breaking news. 16 and 18 look very similar. That's actually number 18, Marcus Hoflich. So I'm very sorry to all you Clear Fork fans. My eyes are not great, and I do not own a pair of binoculars. So I'd just like to make that formal apology. Regardless, Hoflich in shotgun, two receivers, to his right, a back to his left. Dribbles the handoff once again. Hoflich wants it all, and oh my goodness, what a catch from the Clear Fork Colts. They're going to wave it off, though. No catch. What an effort. Oh my goodness.
I think the Highland Fighting Scots defender storm, I believe that was number 2, Hernandez. Correct me if I'm wrong, Storm, there, but I think he was thinking that he intercepted it. He was saying that he reeled it in, that it rolled off the Clear Fork wideout into his belly. Refs ruled it incomplete, though, but, I mean, what an effort out there from the receiver, man. I thought he hauled that in.
I just took a look at it on the OH.REPORT super slow-mo, and it was definitely incomplete. It rolled off the ground, but oh my goodness, it should have stood just because of how amazing it was as Hoflich goes over the middle. Clear Fork got some space. Jay Jackson down the seam. He's got one man to beat. He'll get tripped up at about the 15-yard line, but a huge gain for the Clear Fork offense.
Man, Storm, you want to get your playmakers out in space, and Jay Jackson, one of the best playmakers here on this Clear Fork offense. Just a little out route right there, Storm, but the pass was only about 7-8 yards, but Jay Jackson able to do it as a playmaker, Storm, on the outside and take it all the way down to the 15-yard line here for the Clear Fork Colts. When they were backed up in 1st and 20 when this drive started, I don't think a lot of Clear Forks fans thought that they'd be down here, but now a chance to try to get some points, Storm, and just go down 7.
Gotta love the yak, Garrett. The yards after catch as Clear Fork takes over on 1st down. Another change at quarterback. A handoff here, and that'll be shut down quickly from the Fighting Scots. And Garrett, the challenge for Clear Fork hasn't been getting across midfield. It's been staying across midfield.
I think, Storm, we're starting to see a problem with these snaps back to the QB. A lot of dribbles. A lot of dribblers, and
dribbling like Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, it's going to be a situation to keep your eye on. I'm not sure if Clear Fork brought in a substitution at center or not, or we'll see if it can get fixed here, but that could, cause trouble. But great snap there is now Nauman chasing after Swank. Not going to get him on the outside, and a decent gain for Swank.
Swank outrunning Nauman there, showing the athleticism as he bounces outside. Brings up 2nd down. Excuse me, 3rd down. So pivotal 3rd down, Garrett, but I think it's 4-down territory no matter what. I mean, you got to go for it this close, right?
Yeah, I'd agree with you, Storm, and I think you run the football here, and then if it's still 4th down, then maybe open up your passing attack. But the running attack has been working so far this drive. I know they got that big chunk play off the pass play, but I would expect them to keep it on the ground, and they will with their best running back so far, Storm. That's Swank, and he is going to be short, a couple yards short.
So 4th down. Do we see the brotherly shove? The tush push? The QB sneak?
I think you're going to get a possible officials timeout here. I think Clear Fork might be going field goal here, Storm?
Oh, field goal unit on the field here. Adam Van Zoodle, I think is how you pronounce that.
Got it.
And that field goal is up, and it is good. So that makes the score 14. That scared me. Fireworks at Clear Fork scared me. And you know what? Let's take a quick break.
Congratulations goes out to winner for this year's Colt Corral.
After that, because I'm embarrassed. So 14-3 your score. We'll be right back after this. Hello and welcome back to Clear Fork High School. The Colt Corral, Storm Bluntschly, joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett and Garrett Clear Fork on the board with a three-pointer as they boot this one away.
That's from splashing that one from downtown, but here Highland looking to take this one the distance, but great tackle right there, Storm, by the Colts defender to be able to knock him out. But if he wasn't there, I think he might have been all the way into the end zone, Storm.
Definitely some great field position from Highland. They haven't really needed it. It's been kind of easy for them to dice through this Clear Fork defense. We'll see if they've made any adjustments and can slow down Dane Nauman in the offense, even though it hasn't really been the Dane Nauman show that I think a lot of us expected it to be. That being said, he's still has like almost 100 yards, I think.
Yeah, Storm had that big run, and then obviously the touchdown from on that first drive. But other than that, it's been mostly, as we mentioned, Stover and his wideouts really dinking and dunking down the field. They weren't able to convert on that last drive for points, or let's see if the offense can get going here for the Scots. Now just up 11 points.
So a handoff this time to Nauman. He's got some space to run. He'll pick up 10 and then some, as the yards after contact keep piling up for Dane Nauman as we take a look at the replay.
And you got to rally tackle to this guy, Storm. He's going to run through arm tackles. He's going to make it to really beat him one-on-one. You got to have really a lot of hats to the ball to bring this guy down, because he's not going to go down after that first initial contact.
So a handoff once again to Nauman on first down, a pickup 5. And despite being wrapped up, he was still turning the legs, but he will be brought down.
He initially got hit in the hole too, Storm, as I just mentioned. I mean, you really got to tackle. You really got to form tackle this guy. You got to get underneath him and really churn your legs and run your legs and kind of tackle through him, because if not, it's going to be a long night. And Highland was kind of getting away from him, Storm, there on the second and third drive that they had, but this drive they're really incorporating him well in their rushing attack. And I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they hit him with a screen, get him out in space, and see if he can do some damage on the outside.
Like the Energizer Bunny, the dude never stops running. As this time we're going to see a quarterback run. Great gain there from Stover as he'll pick up the first down.
Got to give a lot of credit to this offensive line, Storm. They're moving the line of scrimmage, and they're making it easy on Stover when he gets a chance to run the football, as well as Nauman and others. Credit to the guys up front. I know they don't get enough credit that they deserve, but I'll never go without giving them enough credit, Storm. Never in my life.
I feel like you have a soft spot for him, being a former offensive lineman.
Yeah, I think one of the most, how do I say this? One of the most
thankless, for sure.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely, they don't get enough praise that they do. They're underpraised, and especially this one, Storm. And they got a back like that. I know Dane Nauman's a great athlete, a great talent, but those guys are also creating some big holes up front, and really the offense as a whole, wide receivers as well, tight ends that they bring into the game. So this Highland, Fighting Scots offense really goes as that offensive line goes.
It's like the sound guy in church, Garrett. When the sound in church is working right and everything's going smooth and the music's playing right, nobody says anything.
Credits them, man.
Yeah, nobody says anything. But the second the sound messes up, I'll bring out the pitchforks, man. I feel like it's a lot like that when you're an offensive lineman. As this one is going to be caught for a short gain. That's going to bring up third down for the Highland offense.
It's from a motto that I used to go by when I used to play offensive line, a couple of years ago, was always in the trenches, never in the spotlight.
I like that.
That's exactly what they are, man. They're never, I know back, when people used to open up the newspaper, Storm, you would see, the star running back explodes for 4 touchdowns, but nobody would say, the offensive line created huge holes for this guy. You know what I mean? So I guess that's my rant. I'll end it there, but I know you know what I'm saying.
I know what you mean, man. I'll let you get on your soapbox there for a little bit. As timeout from Clear Fork with 6:08 left to play here in the second quarter, Garrett. It's been a fast game, but that's kind of what you get when you have two offenses that like to run the ball as much as these two squads.
And Storm, both teams love to run the football, and especially Highland love to feed Dan Nauman. I was expecting more around Storm. We've talked about it a couple times tonight, but I think this drive they kind of got back to that rushing attack. And, of course, Clear Fork, they've only got a couple passing attempts tonight. One was the Jay Jackson for a big gain that led to them getting that field goal. But other than that, it's been a quiet night for Clear Fork, especially when they get to those later stages, Storm, in terms of downs on the 3rd and shorts or maybe the 4th and mediums. They've went for it a couple times. They haven't punted tonight, and it hasn't really worked in their favor. Just down 11 points, trying to get a stop before half to see if they can get the football back and put a dent into that 11-point lead of the Fighting Scots.
Yeah, I mean, it's been working. The passing attack for them has been working. The rushing attack's been working. I don't think you can really go wrong either way with the weapons that Highland has at their disposal.
3rd and 10 here, too, Storm. Let's see where the Fighting Scots go.
So Stover gets an audible from the coach, who's the other Stover. He was at about the hash mark there, basically barking out plays. So Stover takes the snap, fakes the handoff to Nauman, looking downfield. Heaves this one as he gets hit. Almost caught.
Got to be PI,
and that's going to be pass interference as there's multiple flags on the field here.
See if they're going to call holding here, Storm. I think it's going to be called a defensive holding. But in terms of that ball, Storm, that ball was underthrown, I believe. I kind of hate that for the defender.
I mean, what are you supposed to do? You're running.
You're running you're running full speed. You're trying to catch the guy, and then you have to stop on a dime and be able to turn around. I mean, I think that's a little unfair for the defense, but I think now, in terms of football rules nowadays, it obviously heavily favors the offense. But still, I think it's tough to play cornerback really in any position, and I think that is a great example, right? Underthrown ball. There's not much for the corner to do there for Clear Fork.
So Stover, this time a screen pass to Nauman, and he's got blockers. I think he'll be just short of a first down, but a healthy gain still. As you mentioned, Garrett, that's tough. It will be a first down for Nauman. But that is very, very tough to play cornerback in that scenario. I mean, there's really no way to know unless you turn your head, and I feel like if you turn your head, you're just losing sight of the player, and that's not great either.
It's one of the toughest positions in the sport. I think QB's number 1, and I think I would probably go corner would be my number 2. In toughest positions, now Stover going to be in single back, and we'll see if they go to Dan Nauman here on 1st and goal.
They pitch it to him, trying to get to the right side. There's some launder on the field, and I think a pretty clear hold will be the call.
So tough's about those pitch plays, Storm. There's a lot of moving parts of those. You got Clear Fork defenders flying upfield. I kind of talked about it a little bit earlier ago. When you got those guys flying up the field and they're crossing your face, I know you want to get your hands on them and kind of grab them, but that is the easiest way to get a holding penalty called on you. When you stick that arm out there and you grab, referee standing right there going to call that 10 times out of 10, and now set back Clear Fork a decent chunk here now at the 15.
So Highland will replay first down. And Garrett, I know we talked a little bit about this at work the other day, but kind of that gamesmanship of, maybe some of these offensive linemen need some green gloves here to match those Clear Fork jerseys so you can't really, see the pulling and tugging.
Yeah, I'm not sure the rules in high school if you're allowed to wear them or not, but I think in the NFL you can wear whatever you want. And now we'll see Stover trying to climb the pocket here, trying to escape. Might go to the end zone, Storm, back corner!
Oh! The toe drag swag. What's the call on the field? It's touchdown. What a touchdown pass.
Are we getting a flag on the field, Storm? We are, Storm. We're getting an eligible man downfield. So 2 big plays, Storm, for Highland. Dan Nauman got it all the way down to the 2-yard line and had the holding, and now another miscue here. An eligible man downfield for one of those, I believe, offensive linemen for the Fighting Scots. So now really shooting themselves in the foot even more.
That is 2 call of the night calls that we've had, Garrett, that have been taken away.
I know. As soon as it happens, like, that's calling the night.
I know. That's what I thought, too. And that's two. Hey, maybe tonight it'll be like a compilation of calls that got taken away from us. As it is 1st and 4 ever. It's still technically 1st and goal here at about the 20-yard line as Stover dances his way to the left side, but he'll be brought down. Let's take a look one more time at that as Stover gets outside of the pocket, uses his legs to extend the play. And that is Reichenbach for Highland. I believe he got that left foot inbounds. That definitely would have been at least in consideration for call and play of the night.
It was a heck of an effort, Storm, from Stover, just to kind of set his feet and set his shoulders and make that throw, and it was on a dime. Wide receiver, too, with the perfect toe drag. Heck of an effort from those two guys, but all negated from the penalty, and now 2nd and 20 here from, really 2nd and goal, but 2nd and 20, and it looks like Stover's going to get sacked from a couple Clear Fork Colts.
So how about some momentum now for Clear Fork off of those 2 penalties that backed up Highland, as there's a sack from number 71, Julian Mills, the sophomore. Bring up 3rd down and goal from the 20-yard line. Well, even further back, right?
Yeah, they're almost the 30 now, probably 28, 29. So 3rd and 29, but really 3rd and goal is what it would be labeled as.
If they get this, I will eat my hat, Garrett. Putting that wager out there. The play clock's running down. They're going to have to burn a timeout. And Garrett, at that point, do you just take the 5 yards? I mean, it can't get much worse for you.
I mean, I guess that's honestly not that bad of an idea. I really never thought about it, but I mean, you don't get to take them into the half anyway, so there's really no point to eat it in this situation. Maybe if it was a closer game, maybe in the 4th quarter, Storm. But Clear Fork, they got a lot of momentum. Those penalties really, little fire underneath them. The fans are kind of in it. The environment's kind of picking up now, so see if they can get a stop, at least hold them to a field goal attempt. I think if you're Clear Fork, you want to kind of play some sort of prevent defense and kind of keep everything in front of you. Don't want to really let anybody behind you. Don't even want to let them have a chance towards the end zone. Let them have to settle for a field goal or no points at all.
And Garrett, how much does your play call really change at 3rd and 25 or a 3rd and 30? Just curious.
I think it depends how confident the coach is in his QB and his wideouts. If you just want to settle for points, you just kind of hand it up off the middle and try to see if you can get some field goal range. If not, if you're confident in your guys, which I'm sure Coach Ty Stover is, you kind of let it loose and let your QB Stover and Nauman and the skill positions out there try to see if they can win a matchup downfield. But surprised to see Clear Fork
Looks like they
so
might be
close to the
committing
line
to
of
the run.
scrimmage.
Yeah.
Some of the corners out here pressing here close.
So Stover drops back, wants to pass, flush out of the pocket. Won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And how about some terrific Clear Fork defense to stop Highland deep in their territory.
Taking advantage of the missed opportunity, Storm, that Highland had. Had possibly 2 touchdowns that were going to go in and 2 penalties on that offensive line. And now I think you're too far for a field goal here for high school. I think you're going to have to punt it away, and I think Highland, that's what they're looking to do. So big-time stop here for the Colts. Took advantage of missed opportunities.
I don't think I'd be surprised if this was a fake.
I thought they were.
Thought they were
too.
too.
Like, there's no way.
There's a little bit of a perplexing call for me, Garrett, as opposed to being at the 30, they're at the 20. Why not throw up the arm punt? But, I would be a horrible coach, so probably best if people don't listen to me.
You'd be a weird coach, Storm.
I would be running the Detroit Lions offense, dude. We'd be trick plays and just running, pitching it 15 times. It'd be a mix between Detroit and Kansas City's offense.
I know you were off in Vegas, so I know you didn't really get to watch much of the Vikings-Chiefs games, bub, but there's a 4th and 6, and the Vikings fake punted it and got it.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
I'm like the fake punt's #1 fan. Like, the fake punt has to be one of the most exciting plays in all of football.
I think it might have been. I think the Chiefs scored, and then we were driving, and they stopped us, and we were like, we can't get the ball back to them without getting any points, so we went for it. Got it.
I mean, that's kind of what you have to do when you play the Chiefs, though. You really, I mean, your goal,
margin for error is not very wide.
Yeah. Your goal is, like, as moronic as this sounds, your goal isn't really to win the game versus Patrick Mahomes. It's to kind of just keep the ball out of his hands as much as possible. As Clear Fork now on 2nd down, they decide to change back to Hoflich, who will get brought down, a huge sack from Highland.
Yeah, that's a big-time play, Storm. That completely flips the kind of script that Clear Fork was going offensively. They were trying to go down and get some points, and now at this rate, you just want to run the clock out and get out of the half, and not let Highland get any points.
Yeah,
We got
go ahead, I'm sorry.
156 remains, so tough spot here for the Colts.
They definitely don't want to give the ball back to Stover and Nauman in the offense, but it's going to be tough, and this is kind of, I don't know, this might be where that timeout taken from Highland comes back to bite them. Hoflich in shotgun, 3 receivers to his left. Takes the snap, and we're going to get a flag. I think it's going to be a false start. What's the X? Delay game?
Yeah, delay game.
So delay game here for Clear Fork. Not what you want to see, backing yourself up this far in your own territory.
Yeah, now Highland, I'm sure, going to try to get a stop here, and if they do, Storm, I believe they still got 2 timeouts in their bag. So, I mean, they're going to call a timeout and get great field position, probably about midfield, if they can kind of either stop this for a short gain or an incompletion.
So it's 3rd and 20 here. Clear Fork just elects to keep it on the ground and run it.
Timeout will be called from head coach Ty Stover of the Fighting Scots.
Who do the Vikings got this weekend, Garrett?
Chicago, bud.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. And you're kind of wanting to participate in the tankathon a little bit, huh?
Yeah, JJ on IR. I think it's a perfect time to do so. But, I mean, I can't actively watch them and not cheer for them. You know what I mean? I can't do that.
No, I get that, man. Lions got, I almost said Tom Brady in the Bucks, but it's Baker Mayfield. A little bit of a far cry from Thomas Matthew Patrick Edward Brady, but I'm having a weird feeling in my gut, Garrett, like I did when they played the Seahawks. I'm a little afraid. I'm pretty afraid of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'm not going to lie to you.
They're a good team. Good, solid team. Well coached. Baker's been playing pretty well. Really not hurting his team at all. So, I mean, it's a tough task, especially in Tampa. We'll see.
I know all the Browns fans
At least
watching.
you got the division wrapped up. I mean,
That
it'd be
is
a miracle
true.
if really if any team. I think the only chance would be us, and then I don't think we're going to do it with JJ now.
I think what scares me the most about the division is
We're
that
going to have 2 rookie QBs.
No. At the end of the season, we have to play you guys. And I think you guys are going to figure it out by the time you play us. And I'm very scared because we have to play you guys twice.
Depending on our draft pick at that point, we might might just be done for the year, but we'll see. Almost blocked there.
Uh-oh, need to run Peter. Scatter. That one is going to set up Highland with great field position, starting up in Clear Fork territory with 1:12 left to play here in the second quarter.
A lot of time left here. Storm for the Fighting Scots, and I believe they still got at least one more timeout left.
All right, if you got those 50-50 tickets, we'll try to get this in before.
Did you buy the 50-50 Storm? I know you talked about it last time we were on the broadcast.
I don't bring any cash to these games. They got to get like Venmo or something where I can. I mean, I'd buy like $100 worth of them. Like, it would be. I single-handedly would fund the jerseys for next year. Probably, I'd buy so many. Not a bad investment if you just came with like 10 grand. Well, I guess you lose half your money. as Highland trying to find something downfield, has a man. Oh, just out of the outstretched fingers of, believe that was Hayden Klein. Second down, still over a minute left to play here in the second quarter. Still plenty of time for the Fighting Scots.
Highland trying to get that Storm back in one play. Trying to get a touchdown there on the first play, not able to hook up with his receiver. But not a lot of love lost there, Storm. Still, stop clock. Don't really have to rush the play here. Can kind of get set and kind of see what they do here. Is going to be a handoff to Nauman, and Clear Fork going to stuff that one well.
So now third down, as I think Highland's not going to elect to take a timeout. They're going to try to get set back up here. Time still ticking away, 50 seconds left. Snap here. Stover takes off with his legs, needs to get out of bounds, and does after a healthy gain. And that's going to make things interesting here for the Colts and the Fighting Scots.
Great run right there from Stover. Heads up play, get out of bounds too, and not have to burn that timeout. So now they're set up about the 29-yard line with a big chance here to get some points on the board before half.
So 30 seconds left. We'll see what they elect to do. Kind of got to hurry. 15 seconds here for Stover and his boys. 3 wideouts to his left. They're trying to get an audible in 6 seconds. 5. Looks like they're going to be able to get this one off. Stover looking left, finds a man over the middle, popped out and picked off by the Clear Fork Colts. Right place, right time. Tip drill. Matthew Sansom, quarterback on quarterback crime.
There's the call of the night, buddy.
Finally got it in.
There it was. We had too many opportunities. We weren't going to mess up on this one. Big time hit, too. I didn't get to see who delivered the hit on the receiver, but
Cole Hedrick.
Stover kind of fit that into a window, Storm, and Hedrick head on ball right there, and then Sansom with the diving opportunity for a pick. Great defense there from the Colts, and after those 2 scores, Storm, this Colts defense is kind of standing tall.
It's going to be a run here from Clear Fork. As Cole Hedrick picks up a healthy gain on that one, but with 3 seconds left, I think that's going to be the end of the first half. The Fighting Scots lead the Clear Fork Colts 14-3. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with our halftime band show as well as our halftime stats. We'll be right back after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Another round of applause for the pride of Highland, the Highland Marching Scots. The Scouts will bring their 80s spirit and compete tomorrow at Maysville Bandapalooza in Zanesville and perform at the Circleville Pumpkin Fest on Wednesday. Good luck, band, and go Scots! Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the pride of the Valley, the 2023 Clear Fork High School Marching Band. Tonight's halftime show is sponsored by Poncho's Tacos and led by Captains Mika Napick, Evan Piccioni, Emily Montgomery, Jasmine Spade, and Abby Kern. To open our senior night festivities, the band seniors has chosen Carry On Wayward Son as their annual showcase piece. Next, it's a mashup made by our senior class. We're not sure what to call it. All we know is we like it, and we hope you do too. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get to our next song, a special round of applause on the previous song for Allison Montgomery on bass and Evan Piccioni on guitar. The band will now perform our traditional Block Colts choreographed to the official State of Ohio rock song, Hang On Sloopy, and our fight song, Good Luck Colts. pride of the valley, the 2023 Clear Fork High.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. If you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Hello and welcome to the Colt Corral, where it's halftime here. The Highland Fighting Scots leading the Clear Fork Colts 14-3 here on our Jackson Well Services halftime show. For the Highland Scots, they have 9 first downs with 82 passing yards, 75 rushing yards, 157 total yards, 1 turnover, and 4 penalties for 20 yards. For Clear Fork, 5 first downs for 70 passing yards, 45 rushing yards, 115 total yards, no turnovers, 2 penalties for 20 yards. And Garrett, that first quarter was dominated by Highland, but Clear Fork able to bounce back there in the second frame of action to slow down the Scots offense and keep them from scoring. I think the problem, though, has been the problem all season. Their offense just can't find the end zone.
Yeah, Storm only to get 3 points there in that first half to their name. They're going to get a chance here, though, receiving this second half kickoff. And, you know, Highland really should have 21 points on the board, Storm. They had a couple opportunities there down in the red zone and in the high red zone as well that they really just shot themselves in the foot. A couple offensive line penalties, a holding, and an eligible man downfield where, you know, the wide receiver and QB hooked up for a big-time play. But Clear Fork Storm, they're still clinging to some life here, down just 11 points, and they got a chance as they're going to get the ball first here and see if they can do some damage to that scoreboard.
It's going to do it for our Jackson Wells Services halftime show as Clear Fork will open up the period on offense. Garrett, what did you see from the Clear Fork offense that you kind of liked out there in the first half?
I think they did a decent job, Storm, running the football. They had to open up the passing game there in that second quarter. They had the big completion, just a little out route to Jay Jackson, who took it all the way down to the red zone, and that's really what set up that really the only points of the night. But they're kind of getting into those third and mediums and those fourth and mediums where they can't convert, but this is going to be a decent run to start this drive. It'll be about a 5-yard pickup as Swank able to get a decent gain, and I thought they run the football pretty well. It's just been those, you know, they haven't converted on those crucial downs.
I would agree with you. There is second and about 5 here for Clear Fork in their opening drive of the half. What's been really interesting to me, Garrett, is the switching up of who's playing quarterback. I think we've seen 3 total different quarterbacks here for the Clear Fork offense.
Struggling so far this year is Clear Fork Storm, just 1-7. It gives an opportunity for a lot of guys to get a chance to get some experience and touch the football. As little jet sweep right there to Jay Jackson will convert for a first down. So 2 plays and a first down here for the Colts, and they're moving.
I don't know if we've ever seen the 3 quarterback option, Garrett, but we've seen 2 quarterbacks from this Clear Fork offense a couple years ago. 3, that's pretty new, I think, though. Clear Fork offense, they're just trying to get ahead of the curve, you know what I mean?
I guess so.
As you mentioned, a first down opportunity here for Clear Fork. That's going to be a false start, and that's a momentum killer, as that's going to back them up 5 yards for first and long.
It's not how you want to start, after that first down story. They move the football well. They got a first down and 2 rushing, plays, and then right there, just a miscue with the false start and sets you back 5 yards and makes it just tougher on your offense and tougher on a play caller to get something going. And now 1st and 15. See where Clear Fork goes.
So Clear Fork, they send a man in motion. It's going to be a quarterback design run as Swank tries to get to the outside. He'll be about a yard short of the original line of scrimmage. 2nd down.
Leaning heavy on this rushing attack is the Clear Fork offense here in the second half already. 14-3. Couple minutes gone by, and quick game we've had so far here tonight, Storm. And a lot of it's because of this rushing attack on both sides of the football.
So 2nd and long here. Swank takes the snap, keeps it himself, has 1 blocker in front of him. Somehow escapes the pile and makes it 3rd and manageable.
So here's where Storm Clear Fork hasn't been able to get the job done. See if they can here on this drive. They were able to when they scored the lone 3 points for them of the night. They were able to convert on a pivotal down like this one. They need this one. Even if you're going to get it all, Storm, you at least want to try to make it 4th and very short, so maybe you can even go for it.
I definitely don't think Clear Fork's going to elect to kick any punts unless it's 3rd and 5 plus, or 4th and 5 plus. Swank sends a man in motion, low snap, this time a handoff, and a healthy gain there from Nick Appleman to pick up the first down. So Clear Fork still marching.
Storm running the football very well too, and credit that offensive line up front, carving out these holes for these backs. Nice gain right there from Applewhite for a first down, and 41-yard line. Colts now on the plus side of the field.
So we've seen him get to quite a bit in this game, not able to convert to touchdowns. He did have a field goal. We'll see what they elect to do and if they elect to change things up here on this one as they hand it off once again to Appleman. And he'll be brought down, I believe, for no gain, so 2nd and 10.
Appleman, the ball carrier for Clear Fork. Number 76, Clayton Van Dyke, making the stop for Highland.
As you mentioned, Storm, we've seen Clear Fork get in this position multiple times tonight and then not be able to convert on that 4th down. I believe they've had it in this area twice so far here tonight. Let's see, maybe here in the second half if they can get it done and get the chains moving and try to get in the red zone.
Design QB run here, but nothing going. Well, Swank, I think, at least stopped a loss of yardage, but does not gain any 3rd down. Garrett has a drive. I think there's only been 1 drive so far this game that has ended before the 50-yard line for either of these teams. Does that sound about right for you?
Say that again?
I think there's only been 1 drive that hasn't ended in the opponent's territory for either team.
I would say 2. Just the 2 turnovers on down for Clear Fork. It was about this positioning of the field, about the 40 or 35-yard line. So most of it's either been on the other side of the field or the red zone, and Swank going downfield there, but not able to get it to his intended receiver. Was kind of hit on the play. So now going to bring up 3rd down, or 4th down, excuse me.
And this is interesting, Garrett. It's 4th and 10. You still elect to go for it here.
He did have a winner in that 50-50, Charles Dotson.
I mean, as I mentioned, you punt it,
winning that 50-50.
and you're at the 20.
I think you go for it.
I agree. I think that's going to be the right call.
None to lose here.
Yep, agreed. When you're in this scenario, you got nothing to lose and everything to gain. So now it's Hoflich at quarterback, takes a snap, rolls out to his right, trying to escape. There's a hold right there. Will not matter as the pass is incomplete, and Clear Fork's going to turn it over on downs.
Another turnover on down, Storm, for Clear Fork. Was a flag on the play, too. Even if the receiver got it, he was well short of the first down marker. So Highland going to bring the troops on, Storm, and start another offensive drive.
See if this half will start as electric as their first half. The very first drive of the game, they had a play where they decided to air it out, didn't work, gave it to Dan Nauman, and he rushed for probably 60 yards in 2 plays. Sure, Highland would be very happy if they could get that result again. Handoff here to Nauman. He just takes it right up the gut, and I believe there were 8 or 9 different Clear Fork Colts that touched Dan Nauman on that play, and it took all 8 of them to bring him down.
This one was kind of stuffed there at the line of scrimmage, but was able to wiggle free and really make something out of nothing. And 2nd and 5 here for Highland. This offense has had plenty of opportunities, just hasn't been able to really punch it in the end zone except for twice.
So 2nd and 5. Stover steps back, tries to find a man over the middle, and another interception for the Colts. Another tip drill for Clear Fork. Hoflich, I believe that's his 2nd of the night. Hoflich finding the perfect spot to be on all these tip passes.
Another interception here from this defense, and another one with the tip drill. Heads-up play from the Clear Fork defense to keep their heads up, find that football, and create another turnover. I mean, man, they're setting up this offense with great opportunities. This Clear Fork offense has got to get some points there in this drive.
It was actually a double ricochet as it bounced off the Highland player, then Nash Evans into the hands of Hoflich. That is not his 2nd interception, but he did cause the first one with a big hit. So Swank here trying to get outside. There's going to be a holding call on that one. So Clear Fork's going to be backed up once again. Take a look at the middle of your screen there. That's a pretty easy call on that left edge for the official. So now the mistake's starting to plague Clear Fork here a little bit, Garrett.
Yeah, Storm, I mean, their defense is really doing all they can to keep them in this football game. Forced 2 turnovers. They've really made it hard on this Highland offense outside of those 2 drives where they got touchdowns, and they're giving themselves a chance, but this offense has to step up big here. They got to go down and get some points, but that first play, obviously, that's not going to help them. With the hold, now it's 1st and 20. Completely changes a play caller's moves and tactics here, because now you got to go 20 yards instead of 10. Makes it a lot tougher.
Yeah, the game of football is not all about defense as much as a lot of people love defense. You got to pick up some yards. You got to score some points, obviously, on offense, and it's going to be a short gain of about 1. And Garrett, we see Clear Fork hesitant to pass. When they get in these 2nd and long, 1st and long situations, that can be difficult for an offense who's not comfortable passing, especially when you're giving up 10 yards negative to a penalty.
Yeah, it really allows the Highland Fighting Scott defensive line to really pin their ears back and try to stuff those holes, and allows the linebackers to really flow downhill. It allows the corners to step up as well as the safety to play in the box. So it makes it tough, on an offense. There's so many guys around the football. See if they can try to get this passing game going, and they're going to try.
So Hoflich off his interception finds Ben Campbell. And that'll get him back to about the original line of scrimmage, still 10. I believe we have an injured Fighting Scot on the field. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back to the Colt Corral, where it's a pivotal third down. Clear Fork trying to pick it up. We've got a run here from Hoflich. He stays on his feet, gets the first down. Great effort from the Clear Fork Colts, keeping that play alive and keeping this drive alive on third down.
Man, what a play right there, Storm, by the QB. I mean, he did it all. He did it absolutely everything on that play to somehow get a first down, and now maybe that, gives these guys some confidence up front, Storm, and those running backs. See if they can get something going here on this drive. They need some points here.
So a great individual effort there from Hoflich, getting some help from some blockers, and 1st and 10 here to about the 49-yard line. Swank takes the snap, bounces outside. We take a look at that last play. So a decent chunk gain on that play for the Colts. Sets up 2nd and about 1. Swank takes the snap, fakes the handoff up the middle himself, and that's going to be enough for another Clear Fork first down. So the Colts starting to put the first downs together, Garrett. It's got to be a little nerve-wracking if you're on the other side of that football.
I think they're not sure what the confusion was on the field, Storm. I heard a couple of yells that that's Highland football, but not sure really what that was about, but brings up another first down here for the Colts.
And Swank's helmet came off his head on that play, so he's going to have to take his seat. But the Colts, they don't have, it seems like they don't have an issue at depth in quarterback as Hoflich steps in. He takes the snap, hands it off, and he will be stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
This defense for Highland has been pretty much bend, don't break, Storm all night long. They've allowed a decent amount of yardage in terms of the rushing attack from the Clear Fork Colts. But when they get on their side of the field, Highland has really shut down the Colts offense, really in all regards. See if they can do so here. Brings up another negative play there for Clear Fork, so about 2nd and 10. Or 2nd and 12, excuse me.
And Garrett, I know we still have an entire quarter left, but time I feel like is starting to become a factor, especially with how little Clear Fork runs the ball. I feel like, one of their possessions has taken pretty much the entire quarter as Swank tries to get upfield. He has some room, and he'll be brought down, but not before about an 8-yard gain.
Big time run right there from Swank. He got thrown down too at the end of that play. But a nice chunk play there for Clear Fork, as now the plays beginning to get bigger and bigger each time, Storm, that they carry the football. It's about 3rd and 3 here for Clear Fork. And
it's two down territory.
Yeah, definitely.
So Swank in shotgun. He's got Appleman to his left. This time a sweep to Jay Jackson, who breaks a tackle and gets into the secondary and is brought down, but a first down for Clear Fork.
Swank and Jackson seem to be their best playmakers, Storm, when they get the ball in their hands. We've seen Jackson on that long completion in the first half that brought them all the way down to the red zone. A jet sweep to him. You got to get the ball in his hands, and does well right there with another big first down. Let's see if Clear Fork can finally get it in for a touchdown here and cut this lead to 4.
So Swank in shotgun. Fake handoff this time. Swank keeps it himself. Had a hole in the middle. Healthy gain. Picks up about 5 or 6. Gets second and medium.
Brings up second down and 4 for Clearport.
I think this defensive line of Highland Storm is beginning to get a little worn down. This Clear Fork offense has been on the field for the majority of the second half here. I mean, they've almost had it the entire third quarter, besides maybe, 2 plays and then the interception from Stover. So see where Swank goes with the football. He's going to keep it off here to the left, but Highland's all over this one.
So that's going to bring up another third and reasonable to gain. Clear Fork's been excellent on third down here in the second half. We'll see what they elect to go for here. Now this is an interesting spot in the field, Garrett. They've already made a field goal. Do you think that they would elect, let's say it's just fourth down right now. You think they would elect to kick the field goal?
Oh, I mean, it makes it a one-score game, so it's tough because if you don't get it, obviously you're going to feel. But this isn't going to help right here, Storm. Going to get a false start here on Clear Fork. So now this changes the play call completely. See if Clear Fork maybe elects to keep it on the ground, and if it's an opportunity they want to go for it on fourth down, they might. But I think you take your 3 points if you're confident in your kicker to make it just a one-score game. Of course, going for 2, you'd have to.
So another self-inflicted wound here from the Colts on a chilly October the 13th night. Swank in shotgun, sends a man in motion. They hand it off this time. He's got room on the edge. Gets upfield, and it's going to depend on the spot.
I think he's going to be a yard short, Storm.
I think
you got to go for this one.
I think it's time for the brotherly shove, bub.
I think so, buddy.
I mean, how much momentum that would give you.
I think they're kicking it, Storm.
And they're going to elect to kick the field goal.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting. But
it does make it, just a one-score game if he does make this. Going to get a timeout here from Clear Fork, so he might be changing his mind, Storm. He's going to think about it. Needs a little bit extra time to think about this one.
I don't know. Is the tush push not guaranteed in high school?
I'm not sure. I would say probably not. Unless they got Jason Kelsey out there.
Put me out there. I'm an immovable object. I can't really tell from down here, Garrett. What is it? A full yard, or is it like an index card?
It's about a yard. It's a yard. It's close. I would say.
I think in this point in the season, at this point in the football game, I think I'm drawing up
maybe
the
a
tush
little
push.
maybe a little Peyton Manning bootleg keep. You know what I'm talking about when Peyton Manning?
I'm all about the fancy plays and the theatrics and the tricks and the treats, but I really can't see where I don't call the tush push here. But here we go.
I think they're going.
They're going to go for it. I think
this is the right call. I really do think this is the right call here.
I would agree. So 4th and 1, big play here for both sides. Swank in shotgun takes a snap himself.
Going to be short, Storm.
And he's going to be short. Another turnover on downs for Clear Fork.
Man, Storm. That's big.
That's tough.
Could have just been the game right there. Just 50 seconds remain here in this third quarter, too. Thought it was the right call, though. I think in that situation, you got to go for it. Just needing about a yard. Not able to get it, but, obviously still a chance here. A lot of time left in this game, but with the way Clear Fork plays, Storm, you want them to try to get a stop here and not even allow a first down so you can at least have a short field to work with. But see where Highland goes with the football.
I would be shocked if it weren't Dan Nauman. As they do hand it off to Dan Nauman here. He rushes for about 5, so it'll be second at about 5. And Highland perfectly content just bleeding as much of this clock as they can. Still a 2-score game. Be perfect for Clear Fork for a 3-and-out here. It's not going to be easy. Dan Nauman has it once again. It's going to be 3rd and short here.
42 Nauman, the ball in for Highland.
Should get the quarter break to think about this one, Storm.
Yep, and that's going to be the end of the quarter. 14-3 your score in favor of the Fighting Scots. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Hello and welcome back to Clear Fork, where the Colts come up big on 3rd down. It's going to be 4th and long here for the Highland Fighting Scots.
Wow.
So the Colts not hanging their heads as they're going to force on the punting unit here from Highland. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, it seems like we're going to be in for an action-packed finish.
I mean, how many times, Storm, has this Clear Fork defense stood tall? You know, against a prolific running back like Dan Nauman, man, over 1,000 yards so far this season. He leads the MOAC. And, I mean, outside of that big run he had, he's been pretty much, shut down here tonight. And they're giving themselves a chance, man. But this offense, they've really struggled to convert at pivotal, times. They were on the 4th and 1 and weren't able to get it. And are going to get a short field here. Is not sure if the Clear Fork punt returned a touchdown, but he does fall on it. So they're already on the plus side of the field, Storm.
Definitely, Garrett, but they've had their opportunities. 3 straight drives in Highland territory. No points to show for it, Garrett. And this is where maybe kicking that field goal could come back, not kicking that field goal, could come back and bite them. Now, hindsight's 20/20, Garrett. I still think going for it was the right call.
Yeah, because you're not guaranteed to make the field goal. I mean, and of course, I think backing Highland up in that spot right there, it forced them really to have to run the football and not try to risk anything. And it really gives Clear Fork a good position here to try to go down and score. But I think this drive is pivotal for them to get points. They have to get something here on the scoreboard if they want a chance to win this football game.
So Swank gets outside, won't pick up any yards. Garrett, it's been interesting. I feel like they haven't really used Hoflich that much at quarterback here after he had some success in the first half. I think this is maybe the time of the ball game where you think about passing a little bit more than you think about running. But we will see what the Clear Fork coach elects to go with. That Swank rolls out to his left, looking downfield. That's going to be overthrown, and that's going to bring up 3rd down. And on their last drive, Garrett, 3rd and long, that was like the money down for Clear Fork.
And they were converting really multiple times on that drive, but now it's 3rd and about 9. So expect them to go to the air or maybe even run it, because I think they're going to have to go for it on 4th down. So I think both options are open in their bags of tricks.
They definitely don't have to get it all here. It's definitely 4-down territory. I mean, it's a little too far for a field goal, even if you pick up 9 on this play. So definitely wouldn't be surprised to see a run, although Highland loading the box.
Going to be a false start too, Storm.
And that has been plaguing the Colts here in the second half, as that's going to back them up even further.
Oh, it's going to go
my
on the
goodness.
defense. Not sure what the call is here, Storm. We had a couple Highland Fighting Scots kind of getting into it down there on the field. I think they're going to say number 9 had his hat over the ball, Storm, and that's...
Oh, wow. So pivotal mistake here for Highland, as that's going to make it 3rd and 5. Still not a guarantee, not a gimme by any means, but much easier as Clear Fork will have 2 downs to do this. We get another flag? We did, and I think that's going to be on the Highland sidelines.
I think it might have been a warning here. Storm is now. Highland's got to rush to get back up to the line of scrimmage. Clear Fork trying to hike it.
Another low snap. Swank keeps it, tries to get to his left. He stays on his feet and picks up the first down.
Man, you got to give credit to these Clear Fork Colts, man. They're fighting, Storm. They've shown a lot of toughness tonight, a lot of pride, and a lot of will. Swank right there just showed it all. I mean, he was stopped short of the line to gain and was able to stretch and reach out. Should be a first down here for the Colts.
So 2 helmets come off for Highland. They're going to need to make 2 substitutions here. At least for this first play, so it might be a good opportunity for Clear Fork to take advantage.
I think frustration now boiling over for Highland and that defense, Storm. They've been on the field a lot here in this third and
basically the entire
second half. I mean, outside of the interception from Stover and then the couple run plays into a punt. So sure they're worn down, and especially with this rushing attack, Storm, you got guys continuously hitting you. Is now Swank trying to get to the outside, but I think he's going to be wrapped up, and I think that's Nauman. And that was Fernandez, not letting him go anywhere. And another second and long opportunity here for the Colts.
Like I said, Garrett, I think you got to kind of think about putting Hoflich back at quarterback and maybe trying to air this one out just a little bit. I think that's what the Colts are going to elect to do. The running just hasn't been there in this second half. So Hoflich now manning the offense. He takes the snap, hands it off to Swank. He'll get about 5 and make it 3rd and manageable, Garrett. But like we've been mentioning, basically, this whole second half, I mean, it's 4 down territory. Well, I don't know. Can you kick the field goal from here?
I think it just, on the high school level, I think it just varies depending on your kicker. I mean, it's a pretty long field goal from here. I would probably elect to go for it here, but I think
about 38 yards.
I mean, if you got a kicker that can knock one through, of course send him out there, but Hoflich now going to try to launch back somewhere and let this puppy go deep, and that's going to be picked off.
So big interception from Highland. There is a flag on the field. Oh, no, that's the turnover. Cloth, and I believe that was Fitchmaker on the interception. This one definitely not over, but a big mistake there from the Clear Fork offense as that turnover sets up 1st and 10.
That's from Hoflich just trying to make a play right there and give his guy a shot downfield, but Highland was all over it. Able to intercept that. Now they're going to try to run the clock out themselves. Just 8:28 remains. Quick second half so far. Clear Fork's been running through the clock, Storm, the entire second half. So now it's going to be Dan Nauman and Stover's opportunity to try to do the same.
Although, Garrett, interesting spot here. It was not in the end zone, so no touchback. It's going to be at the 2-yard line. As
there was the tush push, Bob.
Highland's taking the tush push on 1st and 10 to try to create some room.
Now it gives them some breathing room. They got it all the way to about the 5-6 yard line, so brings up about 2nd and 6. You got a little bit of room back there. They're going to take their time, Storm. They're going to let the play clock go all the way down every single time before they snap the football. Try to get out of here with a big MOAC win, but It's not going to be tough. This Clear Fork defense has been standing tall here all night long.
I mean, yeah, this one definitely far from over. This one a handoff to Nauman. He's going to break into the secondary. He's going to get a burst of speed. Goodbye, Stover. The 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Highland.
You knew it was coming, Storm. You knew they were going to give it to Dan Nauman in that situation. Backed up in their own territory. And you get him one-on-one with a defender in the hole, Storm. He's going to make a miss. He's going to run right through him, and he did right there. And out in open space, nobody's catching him. Big-time play, and another touchdown here for Highland as they're trying to pull this one away, 20-3.
A 93-yard touchdown run from the all-star running back, Dan Nauman. He's been doing it since week 1. Wow, what a run.
Now that takes a lot of pressure, too, off Highland's defense to try to get a stop. They got a little bit of breathing room now. And now Clear Fork, they've been running the football all night from their very, run-heavy dose team. They got to pass the ball now. Down almost 3 scores. Now 3 scores, so it's going to be tough for Clear Fork to come back.
We'll see if they're able to mount that comeback on the other side of this break. Hello and welcome back to the Colt Corral. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, we saw Dan Nauman do what Dan Nauman does best, a 93-yard touchdown run to give his team a chokehold on this game.
It's going to make it tough, Storm, for Clear Fork to come back. They've had plenty of opportunities. You can't blame the defense. The offense has struggled, when they really needed it most. And see if Highland can close this one out and get another MOAC win. And it's looking like they're going to up 18 now.
Well, and that's been the tale of the tape all season long for Clear Fork. It's been tough for them offensively all season. Really have never been able to get any momentum going game to game. It's been a tough task for them offensively.
I mean, they've had countless opportunities to storm this offense. The defense has stepped up well, and I thought they played so well, against this rushing attack, really until that 93-yard touchdown. I mean, you can only really stop the beast for so long, Storm. You can only really contain them, and I thought they did a great job up until that drive right there. But, Clear Fork had 2 interceptions tonight. They got multiple turnover on downs on defense, but this offense just really wasn't able to put the puzzle pieces together, Storm, to try to get in the end zone, and an opportunity there for Jackson. He's not going to be able to reel it in. It's great defense there from the defensive backs of Highland.
And Garrett, even the Clear Fork offense, they've had plenty of chances deep in the red zone, just not able to capitalize and get into the end zone.
Yeah, I thought they've sustained drives pretty well, especially in the second half. I mean, they had multiple chances in the red zone. They just weren't able to punch it in. And even in the first half, they had drives where they were down to, third manageable, fourth and manageable. They just could not get, that first down, and it's really hurt them tonight. And that's why they're down on the scoreboard by 18.
So 2nd and 10 here for Clear Fork as they try to mount the comeback. They hand it off to Swank. He bounces outside. A gain of about 4 will bring up 3rd down.
Flag ball here for Clear Fork. Well, Cooper Young taking the tackle for Highland. Pick up the 3 on the play, brings up 3rd down and 7.
3rd and about 6 here for Clear Fork. 6 minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter. Quarterback run there from Hoflich. Pick up the first down.
Ball carried for Clear Fork. Getting out across the 40.
So 1st and 10 for Clear Fork. Hoflich in shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off. It's going to be a short gain, bring up 2nd down and long.
Any college football you looking forward to tomorrow, bud?
Of course, Michigan. I'm looking forward to the North Carolina game and, of course, the USC game. Going to throw a little scratch on that. See if Caleb Williams can make me some cheddar tomorrow. If anybody wants to know our picks, as this was going to be aired out, and that's going to be a big gain here from Clear Fork. Campbell on the receiving end of that one. 1st and goal here for Clear Fork.
Well, Storm, they've looked to hit the deep shot all night long, and Campbell able to reel it in, and Hoflich with a beautiful pass and a beautiful ball. I think Campbell's shaking up on the play, Storm, but a heck of an effort from him and the QB to hit each other in stride, and now Clear Fork trying to get back in this game pretty quick, Storm.
Campbell still on the field, able to get up and walking off under his own power. Will it be a little too late, Garrett, you think, here? Or, I mean, Clear Fork, they still got a chance, but they're going to need to get a stop.
I think it's going to be tough, Storm, but I think obviously you still have a chance in the game, but, I mean, you got to score quick. Eventually, I think you're going to have to get an onside kick, too. So, you know, I've seen crazier things happen, Storm, but I think it's, you know, it's an uphill battle here for the Colts, and we've seen them get down here. You know, opportunities. They've had multiple opportunities down here in this area. They just haven't converted. So they got to score these points really before they even look on into anything else.
So Hoflich at quarterback once again. Ooh, $1 hot dog announcement. If I was carrying, if I had a 20, I'd get 20. I'd be 20 hot dogs richer. Yeah, if you want to tail my bet, I'm not a financial advisor. I personally wouldn't tail this bet, but I've got UNC money line and USC money line. So if you're of gambling age and it's your cup of tea, that's my picks. Let me know if they hit or, you know, throw some shade if they don't. But they were really Garrett's picks, so it's his fault. Swank takes the handoff, 3rd down for Clear Fork.
I think we've got another injured Colt. I think Swank, but I think he's able to get up on his own power, so great sign obviously there. But I think at this opportunity, Storm, you got to try to throw the football into the end zone. You got to take some shots here. You know, running the football, they've been really doing a good job of that all here tonight, but it's, of course, turning that clock, Storm, and really working against you. So I would expect maybe to see a pass or two here to see if they can try to strike and get some pay dirt.
So does Hoflich at quarterback, 3 receivers to his right. Takes a snap, rolls out that way, gets popped by the Highland defensive line, and the pass rush gets there once again for the Fighting Scots.
This down is definitely the game right here, Storm.
You don't need the end zone here.
Just got to get down to about the 3-ish yard line here. Tall task, though, with the sack. Just 3:49 remaining. Clock ticking, too.
A lot easier said than done, as they need about 10 just for the first down. More than that, almost 13 actually.
What's the play call here, Sean? What are you running?
I'm running 2 posts and a slant.
You got man-to-man, bub.
Yep. There it is over the middle, and that one's caught but broken up. Great defense from Highland as they're going to survive this MOAC bout, and in 3 minutes they're going to walk off with a victory.
That was the stand they needed to survive this game, Storm, and it's going to be a flag. It's going to be a sideline warning on Highland. Just way too many guys out on the field. I think they're going to get head coach Ty Stover for it. But
can you blame him for being excited?
I think at this juncture, I don't agree with that. But I'm up here calling the game Storm for a reason.
You know, rules are rules. I don't want to be a stick in the mud, but you know, there's a reason they're there. Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'd be on the field. I was the #1 hype man when I played.
I do remember that actually when we played basketball.
I was like a great hype man. I was horrible. I'm horrible.
We sucked. Our teams.
Oh, our team
like
was
4-18.
Less than that. We won 4 games. That's surprising to me.
Yeah.
But all Highland really needs to do is pick up a couple of first downs, and this one will be all but over. So they hand it off to Nauman, who tries to cut back upfield.
I think we know who the MVP is going to be this game, Storm, but
I'm not going to spoil it.
Any fans want to give a vote? Chime in the comments.
Watching at home, let us know who your vote for MVP is. I'm always going to, of course, throw my hat in the ring. For being such a wonderful commentator as well as director. They need to get like a face cam for me so everybody can see how handsome I am.
That's a stretch.
On the live feed. I'm sure that there would be a lot of people like that would sign a petition to, even on games I'm not, just to have me live streaming it, like in the corner. I think a lot of people would like that feature.
I think maybe just your grandma would. That's about it.
Well, she would like it, and that's all that matters.
Hey, look at this, Storm.
The Derrick Henry stiff arm. I mean, oh my goodness. Bullying kids out there. Dan Nauman.
I think he might have been shaken up on the play, Storm. I think the defender kind of landed on his ankle. But I think he's able to get off and walk off under his own power. So you've seen the kind of ability from that guy right there just on that carry alone.
That is a grown man. It's going to bring up first down with 2:20 left to play here in this one. And Dan Nauman, I believe, has taken a seat on the bench. He'll let his teammates run this one out, and that's all they're going to have to do. Second down.
You gotta tip your cap to Clear Fork, Storm. They hung tough in this game, especially defensively. I mean, they really gave it their all. Struggled on the offensive side of the ball. Couldn't punch it in for 6. Lone points in the game for them was just that field goal, but looking like they're going to drop to 1-8 on the year, and I believe they take on Ontario in the last game of the season. So another tall task next week.
And that is an even bigger task than this was here tonight.
Do we have a score on that Ontario-Shelby game?
I can check X.
I forgot it's X.
I'm calling it by its real name, man, you know? That's not, despite the pretty picture here it is at Clear Fork. Not great cell service, so.
Another run here from Stover on the outside, and Highland just trying to get out of here with a win. Stay in bounds. Going to get a flag here. I think it's starting to get a little chippy down on the field. It's going to go against Highland, too, so really no need for that. Game's over.
I did not find the score on the latest, But did you know that Aaron Hines' profile picture on X is a cat?
Really?
Yeah. I did find a very flattering picture of Aaron Hines and Eric Will in the stands over there at Ontario High School. You figured that a lot of people would have been there. Hold on, I still got my investigation cap on. Not finding the score, Garrett.
It's unfortunate. You can catch on the pigskin, though.
You will be able to catch the show as well as highlight, excuse me, the score as well as a highlight on the pigskin.
Timeout here from Clearfork.
Oh, wait, hold on, Garrett. I have one more source to check. So 4th down and the punting unit on the field for Highland. As my secret source for the Ontario score is still loading.
Block, Storm.
Punt is blocked here from Clearfork. They pick it up. And that's going to be a special teams touchdown for the Colts.
Not giving up yet, Storm. They still got some fight in them, but I think barring a miracle here, this game still might be out of reach. Unless they can get this onside kick, Storm. And you know, it's a tough situation, but we'll see.
Then it is scared me again, those fireworks. But definitely an interesting spot to be in. And Garrett on score stream 22-31.
Ontario?
It's very confusing.
Well,
how
I
they
thought
have
I
the
heard
score.
here 24-22 Ontario, so that matches with the score, right? So I would assume.
So big win from Ontario, as I believe they stay undefeated in the conference, and a 2-point conversion here.
Just a 10-point game, Storm. Still 2 possessions, but still an opportunity here if they can get this onside kick. It's a tough ask, but see if they can do it.
Take a look here at the replay. Gorgeous blocked punt. Special teams coming in clutch, Garrett, and there's still a pulse for these Colts. Slim chance, but not out. As I'm sure you have to go for the onside kick here.
Yeah, I think you definitely have to.
Big props here, though, for the Colts not giving up, not going belly up. You got to love that fight from a team. You know, not the best record, obviously, but you got to love the fight that these Colts have.
Yeah, Storm, they've shown a lot of fight here tonight. I mean, they had countless opportunities, weren't able to cash in, but still, Storm, even down on the scoreboard, still fighting to the end and really trying to give themselves a chance to win this game. And not completely out of it, down 10 points. Just about 55 seconds remain, but still a chance, Storm. It's very slim. There's still a chance. See if the hands team can get it done here for Highland.
We will see, Garrett. And, hey, the left side of that field, it's wide open. Got a bunch set here. Decide to spread out. Garrett, The left side of that field's wide open, man.
It's a tough kick, though. But
You got to dribble it one time and get a high bounce. And
I love what the kicker was doing, man. I love
the
that.
Pat McAfee right there.
Without doing Storm.
That's gonna do it. But I did think.
I thought he had a chance, dude. He fired out of there after that kick.
Oh, how awesome would that have been? Even if Clear Fork would have still lost, how awesome would the old kick and recover your own onside kick? So with 53 seconds, I mean, barring any sort of miracle.
Yeah, Strom, it's going to be. I think the door slammed on this one.
Who knows? Maybe
maybe
they'll pull a. Who was it? Baylor?
Yeah, I believe so.
And run it in a fumble, and who knows?
Or no, that was a Miami.
That was Miami. Who knows?
They're just going to need this one out. They ain't going to run it. No need to play with fire here. Victory formation, best formation in football, and that'll do it.
So a little bit wiser than those Hurricanes in Miami. As
one more snap will do it.
One more snap will do it, and that's going to do it for Highland as they're going to get a big MOAC win here late in the season. And there it is, and there's not going to be enough time to run out another play. So your final score here from the Colt Corral, 21-11. That's going to do it here from Clear Fork. You're going to stick with us on the other side of this break, an MVP interview as well as some final stats. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back after this.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to the song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
Happy Halloween!
Hello and welcome back to the Colt Corral. Storm Bluntschly joined by the illustrious Garret Parlett. And Garrett, let's just get right into our Jackson Well Services post-game show. As we take a look at our final stats here, what really jumps out to me, Garrett, is that 167 on the rushing yards for Highland. You know, I feel like they really didn't have that many until that second half. Dan Nauman had a couple of huge runs there in the second half, and it's kind of when the game pretty much the door got shut for Clear Fork.
Yeah, Storm. Dan Nauman, and of course, I'm going to spoil it for you guys. He's going to be our MVP, and I believe he's coming up here too right now. So we'll get through these stats real quick. But Storm, it was a tough game, man. Clear Fork, they fought their tails off here tonight, and they really were in this game. A very young team. I talked to one of the coaches afterwards, said that they really only got 3 seniors playing, on offense and defense, and a lot of experience, though. This Clear Fork team is going to be tough for years to come, Storm. They struggled this season. They're going to lose some seniors, of course, but coming back, I would expect this Clear Fork team to be, a solid bunch. And they had a tough task tonight, going up against Dane Nauman, one of the best running backs in the area. He leads the MOAC in rushing. So it was a tough task, but Clear Fork, they fought their tails off, but hats off to Highland for getting a win. As we'll see Dane Nauman here in a minute.
Definitely, and unfortunately for those seniors, their last game on the field will be a loss, but they played their hearts out and they played till the very end, and kudos to them on a terrific season. But I think, Garrett, 21-11 is your final score. That's going to do it here for our Jackson Well Services post-game show. We're going to take another quick break, and we'll be back with a player of the game interview.
Are you ready for the comeback?
Welcome to Richland County's first artificial intelligence ATM. And if you car dance to this song you're listening to now, I will give you $50. See, that's something an ATM can never do.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Oh, we're serious.
Gosh, that's awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. We hope your day is a little bit better today.
Yes, thank you.
In today's world of supply chain shortages and disruptions, having raw material or finished goods inventory on hand to fill customer orders is more important than ever. Based in North Central Ohio and with locations nationwide, including 5 throughout the Buckeye State, MWD Logistics can find your business the warehouse space needed to manage your distribution and logistic needs. Grow your bottom line with flexible warehousing solutions at MWD Logistics.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH.REPORT.
Welcome back now with our Spherion Staffing MVP. I don't think it's any shock to anybody. Dan Nauman, who is nomming up the offensive yards with 2 total rushing touchdowns and a ton of rushing yards, man. How are you able to get it done night in and night out, just torching defenses?
Well, first off, we want to do all this without our coaches, staff, and our line. Colton and guys up front are doing a great job, and I wouldn't be able to do without those guys.
Big MOAC win here late in the season. It was a little tough, a little closer than I think the score tells the story. There were a ton of opportunities for Clear Fork to score in the second half. What was the plan defensively to get your guys off the field on those 3rd and long and those 4th downs?
They got a good run team, and that's our plan, to just really stop them. And We think our guys did a really good job with that. Sometimes we let up, and then we came back and we kept fighting. That's all that mattered. We really just kept fighting all night, and I think that's what got the job done.
Speaking of a good running attack, Dane, you are a one-man wrecking crew, but your team opted to go a little bit more with the pass here tonight to open things up. You are still getting involved, catching some passes. You know, what does that mean to you to be able to affect the game on so many facets?
Well, first thing for the run game, we wouldn't have to be able to get that run game going if Colton and them were out there slinging the ball around. So thankful for them to get the pass game open up a little bit, and then comes the run game. And the same thing, vice versa for Colt too. So we rely on each other for that, and we both do a good job on that, I think.
And then one last question for you, Dane. If there's anybody you want to shout out in Fighting Scots land, you go ahead and look at that camera and give any final shout-outs you want to give.
Just Highland football. We're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep fighting. So basically we're going to come and fight, hit you in the mouth, and that's what we're made of right there.
Alrighty, thank you very much once again to your Spherion staffing MVP, Dane Nauman. You can go ahead and hand that mic back off. Thank you very much, man. Congratulations.
Oh.
You're good, man. So Garrett stepping back on into the booth as we take one last look at our final score, 21-11. Garrett, it was an exciting one till the very end, a lot closer than I think the story of the scoreboard told, but Highland survives with the win.
Yes, Storm, it was a close, tight fight game, and Clear Fork, they fought to the end, but Highland, Storm they were just way too much, in the end of it. But I think Dane Nauman might have forgot his gloves up here, Storm. I might want to run down and grab these to him. So can you wrap this up for me?
I will wrap this
All right,
up
cool.
for
I'll be
you, man.
back.
Alrighty, and that's going to do it as he said. Garrett playing the emergency glove go-getter. So 21-11 your final. We're going to have, of course, the Friday Night Pigskin coming up later tonight, hopefully at 11:30, so you're going to want to stay tuned for that. But for now, you've been watching high school football live and free on the OH Report.